How we doing, people? We are in. It's been like a couple days since I uploaded a video. Busy weekend and busy doing other stuff. But we're back at it. I got the church fit on, so I'm looking pretty freaking swag, right? We got the flannel, tucked up sleeves, forearms, bro. But today is going to be more of like a scientific, like tips-based video. So like bulk cutting, like I got it like all in a document here, but basically transitioning and how to find out like, if you need to cut bulk, how to figure out your maintenance. All these are like little different things, tricks I use and I still use today because it's like probably the most accurate way to do it. So for me, cutting and I guess figuring out my maintenance calories has always been different because I'm a very habit eater. Like I have a lot of bad reinforced habits through eating, right? Because I can just snack perpetually forever. Like, no joke. It's nuts. If you put like a giant, like I was at Olive Garden the other day and I was just eating, right? And I'm like, if you put multiple plates in front of me, I would eat past grotesquely full. I would eat like probably 5 of these things and I would probably eat like until I pop, dude. Because I don't know why. I just eat. I was never starved as a kid. I was never nothing weird like that. So I don't even know why. Maybe I'm just that way. But I was just looking and the lighting was freaking superb in here. It's like nuts. Very, very, very dark. Maybe that's too dark. I don't know. I'm gonna just rock with it because I kind of like it. But this is usually the filter I have for my gym camera or going to the gym. But anyways, I'll start and I'll dive right into it. We're like a minute and a half in here. I've just been procrastinating. But we're gonna say you're out of bulk, right? And you just got done with it. Or you're already bulked up. Like you're kind of at that like 15 to 25% body weight or body fat range. And you're about to begin a cut, right? Initially, figure out your maintenance, of course, because you got to know your maintenance if you're going to know what is to cut. If you're already going from a cut to a bulk and you just finished up your bulk, your maintenance is obviously going to be different. So you're going to want to recalculate that with a few different things, and I use both of them, which is, one, you can use ChatGPT, which is literally just AI. Like, if you want literally one of the most accurate things that you can get, use ChatGPT. Or if you want, you can use the calorie maintenance calculator. I've noticed ChatGPT is more accurate because I can literally just like explain everything to it. Just be like, okay, so my height is this, my weight is this. I work out 4 days a week. I hit cardio 5 days a week. I do Stairmaster. I don't hold on handles. You can be extremely specific with your step count, how much you eat, all of the different stuff, and it will give you like a solid answer on what your maintenance is, right? Because with the calorie calculator, I noticed it works, but often it underestimated a lot of my physical activity. I was burning like 3,300 calories a day, and I was on like a 900 calorie deficit by accident because I was like, okay, I thought my maintenance is 2,800, but apparently it's not. So this is what I find out. And honestly, if you're starting in that bulk, I would recommend when you transition, don't go immediately from, say, you're bulking and you have this crazy surplus of like 500 to 1,000 calories because that's what you built up to. Your goal is to keep as much muscle as possible and you burn the fat, right? So you're going to want to not drop calories too fast because if you do that, then you're going to lose muscle strength and motivation. All 3 of those things are going to go out the window because your body is so not used to it. It's going to go more into shock rather than into, oh, okay, let's keep muscle, right? Because your body's going into survivor mode. But obviously after your bulk, your maintenance is going to be higher. Track your current intake for 1 to 2 weeks. If you want the most accurate, I would say, and you're very good at not eating very like out of habit like me, I'm a special case, but if you are like me, you might have to go through a calculator. But if you want the actual most accurate, see how much you eat in a day and figure out how many calories you need. So here, I'm going to give you step 2. Let me just look here. You're going to want to drop about 300 to 500 calories a day from maintenance to the start of your cut, right? So when you transition, you're going to want to gradually go into it, right? So I recommend even like dropping 300 to 500 a day is kind of a lot. Right, I would probably drop more like 100 to 200 a day until you're in your initial deficit. maybe even over the weeks. Go like week 1. You can even go a little slower. If you're not used to it, I would definitely go slower. So about halfway through the week, drop 150 calories. When you finish up the week, drop about another 150, so you're at a total 300. And then whatever deficit you're building up to, do that until you get to there, and then just continue your cut, right? I cut very slowly because it's very easy for me to lose muscle, especially since I'm kind of a veteran with lifting. I would say I'm at the more advanced stage because I've been lifting for like 5+ years. So cutting and bulking are a little different for a guy like me, so you might want more specific answers, but this is for more like newbie to intermediate guys. And obviously training adjustments, right? Keep lifting heavy to signal your body to keep muscle, right? Because if you just change your whole body and you change you're all bulked up and you're ready, and you change how you're lifting, your body's gonna think, oh, well, I guess I don't need this muscle, right? It's just kind of common sense with your body when you think about it. And you're going to want to add, obviously, if you're going from cutting, or if you're going from bulking to cutting, just basically transition to add like 2 to 4 sessions of cardio. I do 5 cardio sessions a week because I love being like more in shape and being able to walk a lot. And also add low intensity and your high intensity. So basically there's low intensity interval training, right? Which is like you're walking, you're breathing, like very, very low things that don't really impact, but they're little things that contribute. Like how much I move my hands around, that's me burning calories, right? Or if you go into your high intensity, that's when your heart rate goes up. Like when you go on your runs, when you're freaking carrying the couch up the stairs because you're moving in your new apartment. That's freaking rough. But basically, avoid dramatic increases in cardio right away. Ramp it up only if fat loss stalls, right? So for me, I can handle it, but if you guys just want to do 2 to 4 sessions, take it nice and easy. There's nothing wrong with that because it's all about getting to the end. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't go into it with all this motivation. Go into it very slowly, very gradually. Not that your motivation is impressive, but you got to monitor and you got to adjust. But weekly weigh-ins, obviously, I would honestly weigh daily. Like every morning you get up when you're fasted or whatever, weigh in right in the morning, track it, write it down, put it in an app you have. If you have like a weightlifting calorie app, if you have a coach, make sure you're doing that for him. If you're losing too fast, increase calories slightly to prevent muscle loss. So that happened to me a lot in first, and I lost a lot of my shoulders. My shoulders went down a lot. They were never these boulders you see before you. But here's a psychological tip for you. You lose a little water and like glycogen in the week because if you eat carbs, your carbs go in your muscle, and your carbs store about 3 grams of water per gram of carb in your muscle. So you're going to lose a bit of that water weight. So you're going to lose weight initially really fast. But don't take that crazy extreme. Like it's not that bad. So strength is going to feel lower, but it's just temporary. So your body will get used to it. Okay, now we're going on to if you go from a cut to a bulk, that kind of transition. Your goal, right? Minimize fat gain while building muscle, right? Who could have guessed it? So the biggest danger here is jumping straight into a big surplus after dieting, causing rapid fat regain. Like if you eat a lot, your body's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I need this because if I go into that cut I was just in, my body, I'm not gonna have the energy, so I need to store fat. I'm gonna want to start gaining more fat rather than muscle. It's just not good. You're gonna want to gradually go into it, just like your bulk, gradual. So like 150 to 200 halfway through the week, and then finish off the rest of the week with another. You can do per day, but I don't know. I feel like that's a bit much. So when you reach your estimated maintenance, then you're pretty chill. You know, you're obviously going to gain weight fast because carbs are going back in your muscles. That's going to happen, just like the vice versa. And you're going to want to establish a small surplus. Once a maintenance for like 1 to 2 weeks, right? 1 to 2 weeks. The weight is stable at about 200 to 300 calories a day to begin your lean bulk. So, yeah, that's what you're going to want. So if you're at like 2,500 is your maintenance, go up to like 2,700, and then you're chilling. 2,800 if it's a little slower. But yeah, So you're gonna want to aim for the like best amount of muscle build possible without gaining fat, about 0.5% body weight gain a week. So like 0.25%. So let me do the math on this. My math sucks. Basically, I think it's about like half a pound to a pound. I'm not even gonna do the math on that. Slow. Probably about half a pound actually. Gain about half a pound a week, and you're gonna be sitting pretty good because you're gaining mostly muscle, right? If you're more of a veteran like me, it's a little different, but that's for a whole nother video. Comment if you want to see that. But slow enough to keep fat gain minimal, of course, and training adjustments. Keep strength training the same or slightly increase training volume because your body's ready to handle it because you have those extra calories to work with. And cardio sessions can be reduced if you'd like. And then you can also lower your, you can lower how much food you're eating so your calorie intake doesn't have to be as high because you're going to recalculate your maintenance all over again at the beginning of this. Focus on recovery on lifting, but don't cut it out entirely. So, protein and macros, common sense. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, you know exactly how protein and macros work. But key protein, 0.8 to 1 gram per body weight. Slightly less during a cut, but still like high. I mean, it's mainly higher on the cut because you want to feel full, but you don't need to feel as full. You don't want to feel as full. So you can use the surplus mainly for carbs. Okay, like if you increase your protein on a cut or a bulk, it's mainly to keep you full. It's not going to help you gain more muscle if you have more protein. Obviously, there's an optimal amount of protein, but your protein is going to stay about the same for your cut and your bulk, right? Carbs are what do all the work of actually growing and giving you more muscle to work with. So, yeah, and here's just a little psychological tip right on here. Weight will go up quickly the first week, obviously from water glycogen. Don't panic. It's not all fat. Boom. So, let me see. I have a quick reference table here. I don't even know. I don't think I can really show this to the camera right now. But, yeah. Step 1 of your transition from bulk to cut. You're going to want to find post-bulk maintenance. Right? So after you've bulked, you got to figure out your maintenance, figure out what you're working with here. And you're going to want to drop about 300 to 500 calories. If you're a newbie, you don't have to do that. I mean, you can do 300 to 500. I would say 300, probably in the lower end. Keep training heavy and add gradual cardio. Not all at once because your body's going to panic. And your step 4 of that is track and adjust weekly. Okay? If you're not tracking and adjusting weekly, how are you going to know where you're at, right? Because if you keep it the same every week, you're not really, just track it. Trust me, bro. Reverse diet. Oh, whoops. Now, transition from cut to bulk. You're going to want to reverse diet to maintenance, okay? So, step 2, add a small surplus. Not a big surplus, small surplus. You're going to work up slowly, not fast. And your step 3, you're going to want to increase training volume slightly. And step 4, track slow gains, not fast gains. Fast gains means fat gains. Right? Say it with me. Fast gains equals fat gains. You don't want that, bro. So make sure they're slow. Now, if you guys want me to make a month-by-month roadmap of like how to do all this stuff and yada, 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 DM me or something like that, or just give me some ideas for videos because I want to see more of what you guys want to see. Because it really helps with content when I'm seeing like, okay, these people want to see this. This video is an actual idea from TV. Shout out to you, bro, if you're watching this. I hope this helped you out. But yeah, if you guys are more interested in more complex stuff and more intricate stuff, I can't really make a whole program for a specific person on here. So if you want to get coached by me, hit the link. If not, check out the other videos, bro. I got plenty of free information. So you can literally get jacked just from watching my YouTube videos. But that's a little longer video for the day, but check her out and let me know what you guys think. Peace out. I love you.